When you hear the sound of a crowded restaurant on TV or in a movie, can you pick out the conversations happening at the next tables? Probably not. But you can do this in real life with a little bit of concentration. This is called the cocktail effect, and it happens when a complex set of sounds are happening in a real 3D environment. And when it's flattened, we simply can't take in all of that information. So that's a limitation of reducing real-world sounds to speakers. But there's a flip side to this limitation, which is, as we grow the number of channels, we are increasing the amount of information that our brain can take in and process. So let's travel back in time, 40 years before flying apples, 30 years before the Zappa piece, all the way back to 1955, when the 27-year-old Karlheinz Stockhausen was hard at work composing Gesang der Jünglinge, or Song of the Youths, which was at the time only the 8th work in his catalog. To say the least, Stockhausen's music is complex, but he was keenly aware that the more speakers that you used, the better the comprehension would be. So he methodically orchestrated the musical material across 4 channels, one in each corner of the concert hall. And he relied on these additional speakers to deliver large amounts of complex musical information. Stockhausen was working with simple electronic equipment and early tape machines. This is considered widely a masterpiece of early electronic music, but not just for the technical innovation, but also the sophistication and structural construction of the music itself. Every aspect was carefully crafted, including the spatialization. Our concert event is focused on the creative opportunities offered by the growing availability of immersive audio. And so while this piece is widely known in stereo, it's rarely heard in its original multi-channel format. But at this concert, we'll get to hear this monumental piece as the composer conceived it nearly 70 years ago. After the Stockhausen, the channel count doubles again for a total of 8 speakers, this time configured in a circle or a ring around the audience. And this is a work called Hallo, Mr. Bruckner, composed in 2009 by Austrian Wolfgang Mitterer. If you don't know Mitterer's music, I highly recommend you check it out. But it is a unique language of extremes, and it involves many different disparate elements contrasting with each other, which makes it perfect for a multi-channel environment. In Hallo, Mr. Bruckner, Mitterer forces a dynamic range of modern sounds to do battle with some time-stretched and otherwise transformed orchestral recordings. As with Stockhausen's Gesang, the additional channels allow Mitterer to deliver a more complex and dense musical texture in a way that we can readily perceive it. And each of these sounds are pretty complex on their own, so by delivering them in stereo pairs, they maintain more of their original identity and therefore create a more clear compositional effect.